Shit. Shit. There we go. All right. Where the fuck do I find the? Hello. Welcome to the stream, comrade. Suka. Just give me a moment to sort some shit. Welcome, well met. Nico, it's your cousin. Let's get the bleeder burger. Let's go bowling. Here we are. Just gonna fix this up and what the fuck? Jesus. Alright, well. Welcome Edvard. Welcome Funbro and welcome Troy58564. It's good to see you all here. Boom. There we go. Alright, so tonight, this stream. What? I've been banned. That's not good. There we go. I've not been banned. I'm lying. Haha. Suck my dick. Anyway, tonight, it's good to see WoW being played. You're gonna go Blood Elf? No, this is actually a vanilla World of Warcraft server, private server. I know, but shh, don't tell Blizzard. This stream will just be pure nostalgia for me. You're gonna have to humor me. We're gonna have some talks. We're gonna sit down. We're gonna chat. I'm gonna tell you about World of Warcraft. I'm gonna tell you about my memories. I'm gonna tell you about why I'm excited for Classic and all that other kind of shit. So yeah, yes, this is old school WoW. This is vanilla World of Warcraft. So yeah, hello there, Benny. Welcome to the stream, and also welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream, Lupin Barnaby Jones. Okay, so this is actually some of the characters. This is on Light's Hope, which is a private server. So if anyone want to check out that, then Google it. I won't divulge any more information because I might get banned. But this is a Blizz-like vanilla private server. And these characters I created on Nostarius originally, and due to events, they have been carried over. So these characters are all from Nostarius. So, you know, I have several different characters. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to log in and then we're going to fix the audio because the audio is a little bit loud! Woo! Holy shit. Ah! That FPS is okay, I guess. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna lower that a little bit. Okay, so yeah, as I said, this is Light Hope. It's a vanilla World of Warcraft private server. Go check it out, I guess. I'm not playing on these anymore. However, of course, for those that want to keep themselves entertained until the World of Warcraft Classic servers launch, they can, you know, they can play on these, I suppose. Though I don't, you know, endorse or encourage it. Anyway, welcome Vincenza, welcome to the stream. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop out of this guy. I just wanted to log in and randomly show some stuff. But what we can do is I'm gonna talk a little bit about my memories. We can talk a little bit about your guys' memories if you did play World of Warcraft. If you play World of Warcraft now, you can feel free to interact with me in the chat, in the live stream chat. We'll also go over a little bit about what I liked in the past, what I like in current World of Warcraft. You know, I wouldn't necessarily say pros and cons because they're so different. The games are so different. We're gonna log on to my main here. The games are so different fundamentally that you can't really compare them the same way anymore. Okay, so shit, man, I just woke up. Welcome to the stream, Nick. It's good to see you, my friend. Hope you've had a beautiful evening, beautiful night. Okay, so this is my main warrior. I'm playing a tank because that's the main way to play a fucking warrior back in the day. I'm sorry. My talents, I fucked up my talents. Oh, gold sellers. Great. We start already with gold sellers. Fuck. We'll just switch to the combat log. Ignore everything. Alright, so. What? Don't tell me they're gonna start drilling on fucking in the apartment below me. That's gonna piss me the fuck off. Sorry about that. If that does happen, I am not in any way responsible for any weird audio cues that you have to listen to or hear. Anyway, going heavily into the protection spec, and these are the old talent trees. Don't know, maybe some of you guys have played vanilla now. I mean, sorry, maybe you guys just play retail. If you've played since, I believe they changed in Cataclysm or Mists of Pandaria. Things are very different in the first 3 expansions at least. So yeah, welcome, Lady Justice. So I guess I can kind of start with some of the things that I enjoyed with the game back then. And remember, this was released like over a decade ago. I think like 11, 12 years ago in Europe. Yeah, they're drilling in the apartment below me. I am so sorry, guys. I cannot control it. I'm in no way in control of the drilling in my apartment complex. So you'll have to excuse it. You'll have to bear with me. Bear with me. Anyway, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, some of the things I like. No, we were talking about the beginning. Okay, well, we'll start at the beginning because that's how, you know, all of your good stories start. The drilling is your dildo? Nah, man. Okay, so I don't even know what kind of fucking items I have. I've got quite a lot of shit. Ring? Warriors with intellect and spirit. That's the shit, man. Alright, anyway, so you know, World of Warcraft is the biggest MMO of all time. There is no contender. There is no contest. It was released in the US in 2004. It was released in the EU in the European Union, right? In Europe in 2005, I think, near the end. Anyway, and it, you know, it was critically acclaimed. Everyone loved it. Everyone was playing it. Everyone switched to it. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that, by the way, Lady Justice, but there's like some sort of chat filter going on, but you can just let these comments through. I don't really mind, unless there's something really shitty. Anyway, what did I say? Alright, anyway, so the game launched back then, and as I said in my World of Warcraft Classic video that some of you might have seen, I started playing on the release date in Europe. I was given a trial disc by a friend, which lets you play the game for like 10 days for free, and I got that disc and I was super stoked, I was super happy, and I played the shit out of it, and I played it like, whenever I wasn't at school, basically, I was just playing the fucking game. Right, so I played, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 hours a day. It was insane. And back then, I was a fucking noob. I was a scrub. I was a loser. I was shit at the game. I was just a kid. I was just a little baby. I was just a little baby wolf. Little popper. Hey Wolf, from 1 to 10, how much do you hate the drilling below you? It's probably a solid 5,000. But yeah, I remember falling in love with World of Warcraft at first sight. I was a child, I very much enjoyed the graphics, the art style. I've always enjoyed fantasy and sci-fi, they're like my jam. and I just, oh, it was so incredible. And I remember when you log in the first time and you create your character, right? You start character creation, and we can go through the character creation in a bit as well. Yeah, I think the graphics are pretty good. I mean, obviously, they could have done with some increased texture work and maybe some polygon counts, but overall, I think that the textures, not the textures, the graphics overall hold up pretty well. And you have some amazing scenes and sequences and stuff. But anyway, so I remember going into that character creation, and I just flipped my shit. And even though my English wasn't that great at the time, I read through everything. I read through the lore, I read through the background, I read through what characters were good at. I was like Alliance or Horde, and back then I was a kid, so I wanted to be the good guys, you know, so I played the Alliance, and I made a Night Elf Hunter. That was the first ever character I made, and it was goddamn, god diggity diggity doo amazing. Now, what we're entering here is the capital of the Night Elves, which is one of the races. This is Darnassus. This is the old Darnassus. Darnassus is one of the capitals that hasn't changed too much, I think, over the past few iterations of the game. You can also, like, some of the weirdest shit I've got, like, look at my shoulder pads. Like, they're feathers, but somehow they're male, and they give stamina and strength, which is really fucking good for me. But yeah, anyway. So I created my Night Elf Hunter. I started leveling and experiencing, and I met so many good people. I met so many good friends. I don't think I even joined a guild in vanilla. Like, I just played solo because I didn't really understand how guilds worked and stuff. Because it was just, once again, I was just a kid, right? So I still just met so many people. And back then, right, your friends list was not connected to any sort of exterior account or exterior character or exterior party program. Like, in modern World of Warcraft, you have the Battle.net friends list, or the Battle.net app, which is basically, it connects all of your friends. Imagine it a little bit like Steam, right? You have friends all over. However, in this game, each friend was locked to each character unless you added them on your other characters as well. Now, we're just going to run back because I want to retrace the steps of my childhood a little bit. Now this, I'm actually going to pause right here. This is my favorite music in the entire game, probably. The Night Elf music. This is the music of my childhood, if my childhood were to have a music. This is incredible. We're going to go through the character creation stuff later on. We're going to take a look at that. I fell in love with this game from the get-go. Now, the reason I picked a hunter back then was because I have always loved animals, right? I'm not like an animals rights activist or whatever, but I've always loved animals. I've always held them very dear to me. We've had several dogs growing up, in my family that is. So I've always felt a strong connection to animals. And hunters, they had this unique ability and playstyle where they could tame animals in the wild and then have them as companions in the game, which was fucking awesome, dude. It was fucking incredible. And I couldn't get over that idea, right? So I played a hunter, and back then, it's different now, once again. If you play a hunter in the modern version of World of Warcraft, you start with a pet at level 1. Straight out the gates, you have a pet companion. It's different between the races. It's like a boar or some shit. So it's different now, and they also don't have their own skill sets and stuff like that. However, back then they did. And you had to level, first of all, you had to make a hunter, you had to level to level 10, And then when you reached level 10, you had to do a quest line or a quest chain connected to your class, which was the hunter, of course, to be able to tame pets. That is fucking incredible. It just felt so rewarding, and it felt like you had to put in the effort, you had to learn and understand the mechanics to actually get to that level. It was incredible. It was fucking amazing. I loved it. It was really a case of, you know, you put in effort and you get rewarded and you feel good about your reward. That's what you had back then. It felt fucking good. It felt really fucking good. And, you know, I got my pet and I tamed some huge fucking wild cat, some saber, some beast, and I just couldn't believe how amazing it was. And back then, I think this is also something they removed completely now. You had to actually, you had to feed your pet, and different pets ate different kinds of food, right? You could tame like a fucking, I don't know, like an ostrich or something that wouldn't eat any meat because they don't do that. For example, this is just an example, right? You could have like omnivores that ate a bit of everything. You could have just meat eaters like wolves that only ate meat. It was just incredible back then. It was just in a completely new way to play a game. And remember, before playing World of Warcraft, I had experience with games like fucking Age of Empires, Worms. You know, like I hadn't played any hardcore RPGs before I played World of Warcraft. Not that I can remember anyway. Maybe I had dabbled a little bit in some, not in particular. Anyway, and I made, as I said, I made an insane amount of friends, people that barely spoke English like me. I met some people that actually spoke Swedish. I don't think I have any friends remaining today from Vanilla, but I do have a couple of friends from Wrath of the Lich King, which was still, what, 9 years ago? 8 years ago? Something like that. So I've made friends in World of Warcraft that has lasted me for almost a decade. If you think about that, that's pretty fucking mental. That's pretty nuts. So it's completely different. Now we're approaching the Night Elf starting place. Now, obviously, the music here is beautiful. How the fuck? Oops, that wasn't intended. Fuck, can't remember how to do that. Fuck. Shit. You always did JRPGs? Yeah, I could never get into JRPGs. I always found the story to be a little too convoluted and stuff in most of them. So yeah. Anyway, this is where you start out as a Night Elf. Somewhere around in this rough position. I can't remember exactly, but anyway, you spawn in here. Now there's not a lot of people on this server, which is a shame. There's that guy there. And back then, obviously, you would just see like a dozen other players running around, and you were like, "This is completely insane. How can this actually work in a real-time MMORPG?" It was completely crazy for me. And remember, back then, I hadn't played things like you had fucking EverQuest, you had fucking I think Tibia or whatever the fuck it was called came around then. You had RuneScape around then, you know, things like that. I'd never played any of that, right? But I had played this, and it was incredible. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to log out, add to our character menu, and we're going to make a brand spanking new character. I know I'm ranting, I apologize for that, guys, but with the whole World of Warcraft classic announcement at BlizzCon, I've just lost my mind. Okay. So we're going to create a new character, and this is what the character screen may look like back in vanilla. More or less, anyway. I think maybe some things have changed over the patches, but whatever. Now, obviously, you've got two factions, the Alliance and the Horde. This faction system stems from, you know, Warcraft, the RTS days. And you've got the different races, which I think stems from Warcraft 3 and Warcraft 3's expansion, where you have these kind of defined races for different classes. No, not for different classes, well, you do have that too, but defined races for different factions is what I mean. Now, for the Horde, you've got the mainstay, which are the orcs. They're fucking ugly as shit, especially back then. The character models, I would say, are probably the place where the graphics haven't held up that great, but it is what it is, you know, Warhammer ripoff. So you got the orcs, and you can read about them, and they've got lore, and you can read about their special abilities and stats that they would have, and then you've got the classes, right? So we'll go through some races first, right? Each race is pretty fantasy basic. These are pretty basic fantasy races that you would have, right? You've got the humans, you've got the dwarves, you've got the elves, you've got the gnomes, which are like tiny dwarves. I don't know why people would ever play a gnome. I know that people play gnomes because of their intelligence buff and that. But like, there were no gnome warrior tanks in vanilla, I don't think. Like, everyone played a human or a dwarf. And they wanted to play warrior. For the Alliance, anyway. Anyway, and then, you know, for the Horde, you have a little bit, still somewhat classical fantasy races, but a little bit different. You've got the orcs, they're the human equivalent. You've got the undead, which are, well, undead. And they had some unique stuff back then. You know, they were, they could breathe forever underwater. They were resistant to shadow damage, and they could also eat corpses to regain health. That was pretty cool. And they also had immune to fear, sleep, and charm, which was an activate ability. Now that was pretty good back then, because certain fights and certain PvP encounters really were made easier if you had that kind of thing. Then you have my favorite Horde race, the Tauren, which are like Minotaurs, I think someone said in one of my videos. They work on the same principle as Minotaurs. They're walking cow people, right? And they're very in tune with, you know, with the earth and spirits, Earth Mother, stuff like that. They're quite religious in that sense. I wouldn't even say religious, they're more spiritual. I think spiritual would be the right word. Now, the last one is the Troll, of course, which are recruited by the Horde in Warcraft 2. I believe that's when you join with Zul'jin the first time, and then you find the Dark Spear in Warcraft 3, I think. This is all the RTS related, so whatever. But yeah, the Trolls, they've got some other good stuff. And now, besides the races that you see here, there was 9 different classes in total, I think. One of the biggest factors of vanilla was that paladins could only be alliance, dwarven or human paladins. Now Horde, on the other hand, they had shamans, which were nature-esque spellcasters, if you will. They were extremely useful healers. They were extremely fucking good at that. Back in the day, you could also play Enhancement, and if you were lucky and knew what you were doing, your Wind Fury, which is a spell, would proc very often, and you would do insane amounts of damage, and you could basically one-shot people in PvP. So, yeah, they're pretty fucking hard-ass. But other than that, Shaman Healers was the way to go. Now, sorry about that. Each race, with the exception of 2 races for each faction, has the same starting zone. The humans have a unique starting zone, the dwarves and the gnomes together have one starting zone, and the night elves, which I showed you, have a unique starting zone. Now the Horde races, they have the orcs and the trolls, which start in the same zone, and then they've got the undead, which start in a completely unique zone, and the Tauren, which also start in a completely unique zone. Now, I'm going to create a brand new character, and hopefully we'll get a bit of an introduction cinematic, and we'll see where we end up, right? So, do we have any special demands for what race I should make my new character? I want to hear in the chat, right now, what race should I make my new character? Okay, we got orc, we got gnome, we got night elf. Those are some pretty fucking spicy. For the horde, someone wants to make a troll. Okay, that's fair enough. That's the first troll one we've got. We got another night elf, so that's 2 for night elf. So night elf is in the lead right now. Which is fine. I don't mind. I can make a night elf. It's all the same. But all right. So I think. Yes, this is the originator of the game. Okay, so Funbro changes him changes to orc. So now we've got 2 orcs and we've got 2 for night elf. So if we don't get a deciding vote, it's up to me to decide. And I think I know what I'm gonna pick. All right, so everyone that wants to make their voices heard have made their voices heard. Since I already have like 2 or 3 night elves, I am going to make a horde character, and it's gonna be an orc, right? Now, this is something that in every RPG I usually spend quite a bit of time on. I remember back in vanilla when wow, this is true for every expansion pretty much. You can customize your characters a bit. Add different hairstyles. This was something that you spent quite a lot of time with. I'm just gonna randomize a few times and then we're gonna go. Okay, ready? Oh, boom! Okay, that's our character. Now, what should we name him? I don't know. What should we name him? Name him George. I think that name is taken, probably. Yeah, that name is unavailable, so that name's taken. There we go. Bigger. All right, so we're gonna play this guy. Thought Destroy. We're gonna play bigger, which is Alright. We're gonna enter the world and we're gonna get a cinematic, hopefully. Unless anything fucks up. And then I'm gonna let you guys see that cinematic. I'm gonna let you experience that intro cinematic. And I want you to crank up the volume and listen to this guy's voice. If it works.
Long ago, the Orcish horde was corrupted by the Burning Legion and lured to the world of Azeroth. For generations, the Orcs made war upon the human kingdoms of Stormwind and Lordaeron. Though the horde was ultimately defeated, a visionary young war chief named Thrall rose to lead his people in their darkest hour. Under Thrall's rule, the Orcs freed themselves from the chains of demonic corruption and embraced their shamanistic heritage. After years of wandering, the Orcs founded their own kingdom in the harsh wastelands of Durotar. Based in the warrior city of Orgrimmar, they stand ready to destroy all who would challenge their supremacy. As a proud defender of Durotar, it is your duty to crush your enemies, both seen and unseen. For the nefarious agents of the Burning Legion still wander the land.
Holy shit, boys. That gets me so fucking excited. It makes my dick hard. Sorry about that. Anyway, so, you know, each race has a unique intro cinematic thing, if you will, where the narrator goes over a very, very brief history of them, of that race. Sorry about that. Okay, so this is what you would see when you join in. The first ever time you played an orc in World of Warcraft, this is what you would see. You would get that sequence, that little bit of narration, and you would see this. You would just like see this. Also, well, one thing, you would get a bunch of pop-ups for like a tutorial and stuff. I've removed that shit, I think, anyway. We'll notice. But yeah, you'll get a bunch of shit just pop up. So this is where we are right now. Now, we're playing a warrior, and I don't know why. So we're gonna remake the character, because fuck that. I've played so many warriors in my day. My main on retail was a warrior. My main in fucking vanilla was a warrior. My main in Wrath of the Lich King was a warrior. Warriors all around. There's too many warriors. Gotta put a stop to this. We gotta find an answer to the final question. We gotta end it. So we're gonna delete this character. We're gonna create a new orc character. And what are we gonna go with? Let's go with the hunter then. Let's make a female hunter. Why not? That looks beautiful. There we go. There we go, there we go. It's fine. It's all good. It's all fine. It's all right. We're gonna skip that sequence. Boom. Okay, we're in. So we're playing a hunter instead, because fuck that other shit. So this is what you would see when you join in. Boom. This is all you get. And you've got a character right in front of you with a huge exclamation mark over their head. So you basically, you walk up to them and you right click. And then, you know, you start getting your first quest. Now, back in vanilla, it was pretty imperative. That means important, by the way. It was pretty imperative that you actually read the quest text and it said what you would do. Because right now, I accepted a quest, so I can open up my journal, right? I've got a quest here, Valley of Trials, your place in the world. Speak with Gornek. You recall Carlton marking your map with his location and mentioning that Gornek resided in the Den, a building to the west. Okay, then you look to the west, and what do you see? You see a guy with a fucking question mark instead of an exclamation mark. So, you walk on up over, and you're like, yo bitch, hey, this guy's name is Gornek. That's the guy I'm looking for. You talk to him, and you know, he's like another one of Calton's recruits. Sorry state of affairs, blah 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 blah. And then he's like, I'm gonna give you another quest. I'm gonna whoop your ass, bitch. I'm gonna show you what. Alright, so he's like, you know, go out there, kill some fucking boars, and you will get a reward from me. And you will be able to choose one of these rewards.
Strange.
So you're like, okay, go outside, find some boars. That shouldn't be too hard. I remember playing this game way back when, and it felt so alive. It felt so atmospheric. Now, okay, we can see a lot of war corpses. Oh, over there's a boar. Okay, so we're gonna walk up to that boar. Now, I know that some people that played this game originally, they thought that it was just a click game. You know, like you could just click enemies and shit, and that you would attack faster, you would attack stronger, you would hit weak spots. That's not really how WoW works. So down here you've got your action bar, which is where your abilities and items are located at for quick use. So I've targeted the boar. I'm gonna click my bow for auto shot, and it's gonna start pew pew, and I'm shooting arrows. Pew pew, pew pew. And now the boar gets too close. Switch to my main weapon. There you go. Simple stuff, really. And this is what you had in vanilla, and TBC, and Wrath of the Lich King. Changed a lot in Cataclysm, I would say. That's probably when it fucked up. I mean, that's probably when it got great and very accessible and very streamlined. Right? Now, we kill the boar, we get a little text update to inform us about the quest. You loot, gather some items, and you go on to the next one. Now, a lot of things have changed. For example, if you look in the left bottom corner, you will see that my skill in a lot of things is increasing, right? And that's how it goes. You need to increase your skill with each weapon type that you want to use. Now, back then, I do believe that every single class could learn every single weapon, or maybe that was just warriors. I can't remember since I only played a warrior. And here's another player. Anyway, so if I wanted to use swords, I would have to train up my sword skill. A lot of people made that mistake. I've made that mistake back then. I think even 2 times. You get a brand new weapon that's really cool and really good, and you switch to that weapon, and you go into a fight, and you get completely fucking bumfucked. And that's because you didn't level up that new weapon skill. So say you've only used axes, and you equip a sword, you're not gonna hit for shit. You're gonna suck ass. You're gonna fail completely. So that was an important part of the game back then, and the better your skill, the more likely you were to hit, and the more likely, the more damage you were doing and stuff. So it was very important. Now, if I'm gonna... Back then, you maybe would use these buttons down here because everyone was a fucking noob, everyone was a scrub. But I'm gonna use the C key on my keyboard, so I'm just gonna press C, and then we get your character menu, right? I'm gonna loot this guy first. I would get some tough jerky. Nice. So this is your character screen. Now this shows all of your equipment, and you've got quite a lot of slots, as you can see. Some of these will not be filled out until you get to a very high level. You won't find your first helmet until quite late on, in your level, like, late 20s or early 30s. You won't find trinkets until your 20s, maybe late 20s. And things like that, right? And you can also see, I've started with a very minimalist, basic gear set. I have, like, no armor. My armor is 42. Which I believe is like a base armor, pretty much. Because I don't have any armor for my gear. But I just start with a shirt, and some pants, and some boots. You can see your stats. You can see your damages. These are your weapons. So you've got a main hand, an offhand. This is where warriors, for example, would have a shield. This is where paladins would have fucking librum, like a holy book or whatever, I believe. And this is where everyone had ranged weapons. Like rogues could have ranged weapons, warriors could have ranged weapons, and all that kind of stuff. And this is where you have ammunition, which is just a hunter thing. Sorry. But if you guys have any questions about World of Warcraft or about my history with World of Warcraft, you can ask about my politics as well. You can ask me exactly whatever you want in the chat, and I will fucking answer to the best of my abilities, anyway. Some people have been asking me, obviously, are you going to play World of Warcraft Classic when it comes out? Are you going to play on the official Blizzard Legacy servers, as it's being referred to by the community? If they turn out good, then yes. If they turn out in the authentic Classic experience, then yes. Also, I just leveled up, so there you go. When you level up, you gain some HP and you gain some resource, and then you gain some stats. So it's pretty simple, basic stuff.
It's too far away.
Now, if you guys just excuse me for 1 second here. There you go. For some reason, my fucking chat had... my chat had frozen, so I didn't get any updates. Holy shit. I've missed so much. Holy fuck. Hold on, let me go back in the chat a little bit. Biggest smash. Just give me a second here. Epic voice actor though, for the cinematic, definitely. A rogue orc? Rogue orcs were fucking good back then. Really good. Okay, so we got orc tits. The half orc girl in the WoW movie is really fuckable. God damn. Alright, the music is a little bit loud. We don't have any music now though, I don't think. Gonna lower it a little bit. Any drinking game is good. Drink every time Wolf is excited. I like that. No way. Welcome to the stream, Soviet Cat. I'm sorry I missed you, man. Yeah, I'm playing vanilla. Where are you playing from? I'm not sure what you mean, but this is on Lights Hope, which is a private server. Warrior and Hunters are the only ones that could use every weapon. You're right. Ninja Boar. Is Wolf teaching people how to play? Well, I'm more explaining how to play, I suppose. He's mansplaining World of Warcraft. Remove the pants! Oh, shit. Nick hit. I saw the World of Warcraft movie. It was pretty shit. I wasn't a huge fan. I mean, it was okay, but it wasn't great by any means. All I know about World of Warcraft came from South Park. That's fair enough. They did make a good episode. What was that episode called? Make Love, Not Warcraft? Or something? I don't know. I can't remember. Hey Wolf, you should try out WoW Ascensions to classroom. Yeah, I've heard about it, and I've been thinking of giving it a try. I just haven't had the fucking time. So yeah, I just can't do it. Sorry, man. Those are some fast boars. You goddamn right. I think I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. Okay, so look in your quest log, it'll say complete. You go turn in your quest. Usually where you got it, but not always. There were so many weird things in vanilla and TBC that they've removed completely from today's version of the game. Like, there was an NPC that you could only talk to if you were dead. How fucking crazy is that? So in this game, when you die, you enter a ghost form, right? And then you could go and talk to a character that you couldn't talk to otherwise. That's fucking mental, man. Anyway, so we're gonna return to Dornak. We're gonna turn in the quest, and we're gonna grab whatever gear we think is better for us, for our character. Now, in Modern WoW, you can just hold a button, and it'll bring you up like a comparison screen with what you gain and what you lose. Back then, no, you couldn't do that. So you have to open up your character screen and compare, like, take these boots for example, right? Soft wool boots, they got 7 armor, they are cloth boots. And we look at what boots I have. I've got trapper's boots that give me fucking nothing. And then we've got battle-worn leather gloves, which I also have nothing of. And they give me 21 armor, and they're made out of leather. And then you go 7 armor versus 21 armor. Well, 21 armor is more, so we're gonna go with 21 armor. And then you get the item, you right click to equip, and there you go, now I got some gloves on. Now if you look at the character's hands, you can actually see, obviously. And I remove.
What do you need?
Get the boots. Nah, fuck that, man. Okay, so we've got more quests. It's gonna, you know, you can actually
Forth to victory.
Interface options, instant quest text, NPC names. There you go.
Strength
There we go. So now, boom, you get the instant quest text. Obviously, I've completed all these quests like thousands of times. Okay, maybe not thousands, but dozens of times, because of all the characters I've made. Now, if anyone wants to read through this, you can, you know, read through it. But basically, I'm tasked with killing some scorpions. So we're gonna go do that. Etched parchment. Now, I've got a quest item, which is an etched parchment, as it says. And then it's like, come see me, come talk to me, yada yada, show me your dick. And you're like, okay, sure. Vile Familiars. This is a quest to, go kill some fucking, well, Vile Familiars. Genshin, this is my hunter trainer in the starting zone. Now, this is also a place where World of Warcraft, not only does World of Warcraft distinguish itself from other MMOs in this regard, but it distinguishes itself from its current iteration of its own game, right? So, if you want to compare this to say modern World of Warcraft, say Legion, right? Legion is the latest expansion, the current expansion. You have no class trainers. There are no class trainers in Legion. You learn every spell automatically for free whenever you level up. That's how Legion works. I think it's been this way since Mists of Pandaria, but someone in the chat could correct me if I'm wrong. However, back in Vanilla, TBC, Wrath of the Lich King, you had to actually go to your class trainer and you had to learn your spells and your abilities, and you had to pay for them, right? Now, I have 0 cash. I've got no money. You can see down here in the bottom right, in my bag slot, I've got no money whatsoever. So I can't learn anything. But I've got one spell that is green, which means I can learn this, and it costs 10 copper, and it's Track Beasts, which shows the location of all nearby beasts on the minimap. That's pretty good.
Bye-bye now.
We're gonna learn that ability, but we need money first. Now, I've got a bunch of stuff in my inventory that I'm not gonna use. I've got splintered tusks, and I've got some ruined pelts, right? This is a quest, by the way, so I'm gonna take this quest. This is your first collect quest that you get as an orc or as a troll. And you're basically gonna collect some apples from him. Now these are merchants, one for general goods, which sells some basic stuff. And then you've got a butcher which he sells, I apologize, some food and drink.
For the horde. What can I do for
Anyway, so we're just gonna sell a bunch of this stuff that we are not gonna use because it's not really needed. So we've sold everything, and now we have exactly 1 silver. And that means we can go back and we can learn track pets. Track beasts, sorry. I remember taming my first pet, and your Panda Land added auto-learning. Yeah.
Don't be shy.
Right. Seek training, track beasts. We're gonna learn that.
Stay
And
away
now
from the voodoo.
we open up the spell book. Oh, congrats to that guy. We open up the spell book, and this is where all your spells and abilities are located. Pretty simple stuff. You got your basic attack. You got your axe, axe specialization, which is a racial. So this is only for orcs. You got Blood Fury, which is an ability, but it's only for orcs. You've got Command, which is a passive, but it's only for orcs. This one made orcs and trolls the best hunters, basically, because you could do more damage with your pet. It was not a lot of damage. It was 5%, but it's still some damage. And then you had Hardiness for orcs, which was a chance to resist stun effects increased by an additional 25%. This is fucking maze balls. Like, this is fucking amazeballs. If you got lucky, that means you could avoid a stun, basically. That is incredible. And then we got your different specs, or specializations. And here we got Track Beasts. So we're going to click Track Beasts. And now you can see on the minimap, a lot of beasts just popped up on the minimap. So we know where that is all about. Now we're going to go out and do some quests. We're going to kill some stuff. We're going to have a good time. I love you all very much. Nah, that's gay. I'm not going to give you a kiss. Or am I? No. Okay. So, Funbro Pybro says, "Hey Wolf, can you talk more about the kill all whitey people and if I should be afraid that we may head there soon as Sweden, of course. When you got the time since it's wartime." Okay. I don't think that racial tensions are at... Here's the thing, right? In Sweden, the biggest threat to white people is other white people. And that sounds very convoluted when I say it, but what I mean is that it's the current government, the current mass media, a large portion of the current youth in Sweden that hate themselves, that hate white people, that think white people are evil. You saw in some of my some of the footage that I showed in my video, a lot of those people were white people. Like white people wanting a white genocide because they have been brainwashed to think that white people are evil. And it doesn't bring me any joy in saying it, but that's where we are. So I wouldn't worry about it so much in Sweden right now. I think it's a bigger deal in places like America, to be honest. But it's definitely something that we need to think about. And it's definitely something that we need to bring up. And it's definitely something that we need to change, obviously. And everything starts with the government and the media. Some people won't believe that. Some people still trust the media. I don't. Especially Swedish media. We have SVT, which is Swedish national television, Swedish state television. So yeah, they want us to get rid of our national anthem now, says Lieutenant Marmy Jones, who is from the US. In Sweden, we've had things like the national anthem is not allowed in schools because it's racist and doesn't fit everyone, etc. That's pretty fucking garbage. If you live in Sweden, you should fucking it's you know, it's Swedish or bust, you know. But yeah, there's been cases in Sweden where schools have banned the national anthem, and I think that's just fucking wrong. Just 5 years ago, the official line was that honor killings and violence does not exist. Well, if you look at Sweden, okay, maybe not 5 years ago, but maybe like 10 years ago, I would say, honor killings were extremely rare. Like, I don't really think... I mean, obviously they existed. I've covered one of them, the first one. I've covered the first honor killing in Sweden, basically, in my video. In a video on my main channel. I can't remember what it's called, but I think it's called Honor Killings in Islam or something like that. I'm not sure, but I can probably go back and check if you guys give me uno momento por favor, eh? I speak very good Spanish or Mexican or whatever the fuck that is. I've made quite a lot of videos. I think I've made like 100 videos soon. In total, if you consider all the stream videos and vlogs and not vlogs, VODs and such, I've made a lot of videos. Holy shit! Made a lot of hours of entertainment. Swedish Wolf Unscripted, the Manchester bombings. Here we go. Swedish honor killings by Islam. That's what the name of the video is, and I made that 6 months ago. So it's half a year ago. Holy shit! It's been that long? Fuck, man. Anyway, in that video I bring up the first honor killing in Swedish history, basically. Maybe people should calm down, take some acid or meth or something. I don't know. Would that help? I fail to see how that would help, but maybe you're right. I don't know. I think it was around 10 years ago an entire family was arrested and tried for honor killing in Denmark. Yeah, it's like, it's a post-2000 invention kind of thing. I have a feeling that next year Moderaterna will win, since they seem to go for the border control now with a new head taking the lead over there. Wonder if Swedish Democrats will be able to counter and win. Well, the thing is, okay, this is a kind of, oh, I leveled up. Woohoo! We reached level 3, boys. Whoop whoop. This is a kind of controversial stance that I've had, and some people agree with this and some people do not agree with this. Some people see a problem, but some people don't see the severity of the problem, etc., etc. But the Swedish Democrats are not enough to turn the tide in Sweden. Hello, welcome, German Krautsalat. Welcome to the stream. I'm glad you're here. Also, by the way, I know this is sucking my own dick a little bit, but you'll have to excuse this. I've fixed the donations, I think, so now you can donate with your credit card or bank card as well as your PayPal. Some people don't use PayPal, so now you can use your bank card and stuff, which I think is a good thing. But it all depends. So like if you click the donation link in the description below, you'll be taken to like a donation page where you can write a message and stuff like that and enter the amount. And then once you click donate, you can choose your payment method. So you can choose PayPal or you can choose credit card, and they take like Visa and MasterCard or whatever, and then you can, you know, PayPal through there, or PayPal pay through there, donate through there, whatever. So yeah, anyway, that little donation bit out of the way. Let's get back to the fun parts. What was I talking about? Can't remember. All right, what was it? Right, what I was saying was. Yeah, the Swedish Democrats are not enough. If you think that just minimizing the amount of immigrants we take in is enough, you're wrong. Our entire culture, our entire heritage is dying from the inside, right? We have a fundamental flaw when it comes to how our children are brought up, how our media portrays us, how our government handles us and prioritizes us, or do not prioritize us. It's awful, and things need to change on so many levels. The Swedish Democrats are nowhere near enough. They want to keep things relatively the same. They just want to focus a bit more on integration, and they want to focus a bit more on fucking, minimizing the influx of migrants. Which are good things, they're not bad things, but it is not enough. The past few years, Sweden has taken in hundreds of thousands of migrants, right? We are becoming a minority in our own country. And once we are the minority, there will be no coming back. We will not be able to fight ourselves back because they will be the majority. They will vote for whatever they want. They will be in power. We already have parties, political parties in Sweden, like the Social Democrats and the leftist parties. They have fucking Muslims in charge of certain objects and certain positions and certain places of power, right? We will no longer exist if we do not change the course of action now. You think that like 30, 40, 50 years from now you're gonna be able to eat Christmas ham in Sweden? We have something, right? In Sweden, very traditionally, part of the Swedish dinner at Christmas is julskinka, which is the Christmas ham. Do you think we're gonna be allowed to have that 40, 50 years from now if this continues? No, we're not. And I know that's not a big deal, but that's like, you do not comprehend how things will change. Like it or not, we are dying out. First of all, now I know some of you are like, I don't want to make it into like a race thing. Oh, that's not good, dude. Like, yeah, sure, maybe you're right, maybe you're not, whatever. However, here's a harsh truth that I'm gonna lay thick on your fucking tasty ass, alright? White people are a minority worldwide. There's more Asians than there are whites. There's more Africans than there are whites. There's more Arabs than there are whites. Alright? White people are a minority worldwide. And now our numbers are just sinking like a rock. We are dying out in every single country in Europe, in the Western world. We're just like ceasing to exist. It's like we've been indoctrinated to just die. And it's fucking horrible. And then you have, you know, if you look at, you know, newspaper ads, and if you look at commercials and television shows and all that stuff, it's always like, oh, white people shouldn't have children. White people shouldn't, you know, they shouldn't procreate. White people should only marry non-whites. And I'm not saying that, you know, okay, so here's the thing, right? A lot of people have me pegged, right? A lot of people have me pegged as someone that's like, I want to murder everyone that's not white. people have me pegged as some sort of white supremacist that just wants to execute everyone that's not white. That is completely fucking untrue. That is completely untrue. However, I want to preserve the white people because I believe Caucasian or white people have the right to exist as much as every fucking race. However, the difference is, of course, now that white people is the only race that are not allowed to exist. And we're the only place that are fucking dying out. The only race, sorry. Now, some people don't want to take it this far. Some people are scared. Some people think that, you know, loving yourself and loving your own culture, your own history, your own identity is wrong. And that's a fucking shame. It's sad, but that's how some people are, and that's, you know, that's up to them, I guess. As long as they don't hasten our impending doom and our impending demise, I guess you could say. Wait one. There we go. Alright, so okay, sure, fine. You could spin it that way if you want, but how many fucking Somalians that come here do you think are gonna take up Swedish culture or Western culture? How many fucking Iraqis or Afghanistans that come here do you think are gonna take up Western culture? They're not. See, and this is obviously where it gets a little bit convoluted and a little bit complex, because I wouldn't have a problem if fucking Norwegians moved over to Sweden, because our cultures and our history are so interlinked and so intertwined that it's almost, you can almost not tell the difference, almost, right? There are some differences and stuff, but, you know, and, you know, people think that, oh, Swedish Wolf, you're such a hardcore racist. Obviously, a lot of people have called me fucking... If you can imagine an insult, people have called me that online because of my opinions and beliefs, right? I've been told that, you know, people are gonna rape my mother, people are gonna murder me, people are gonna kill everyone I know, people are gonna kill my family, people are gonna rob me, rob my family. I've been told everything. I've been called everything. I don't fucking, you know, I keep going. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because my conviction is so strong in what I do and what I think about what my opinions, that I just can't fucking, I can't stop, I can't surrender, and I refuse to change because of what some fucking lefty parasite thinks. Right? And here's the thing, right? What do you think is gonna happen when there's maybe, I don't know, say there's 100,000 white people left in the entire world. They're gonna put us in fucking reserves, if we're that lucky, right? And then what happens? Then what fucking happens? What happened to the Indians? Don't really exist, no Indians anymore. And I'm talking about, you know, the American kind, Native Americans, whatever you want to call them. We're gonna be extinct. Simple as that. In Sweden, if you look at the statistics from Statistiska centralbyrån, which is like the Swedish government statistics, which obviously I don't know how much you can trust because it's run by the government, right? But in Sweden, each Swedish couple, on average, has less than 2 children, and each immigrant couple, on average, has more than 3. What happens if you do the simple math over a period of time? Say 50 years from now. What fucking happens then? If we have no children, and the people that come here have a lot of children, what fucking happens? It's not about racial superiority. It's not about, you know, whatever bullshit you want to, you know, conjure up. It's simple math. It's simple numbers. What happens? What happens? And we can breed like bunnies. Well, the fun thing is, fun bro, you might consider that a joke, but that's kind of what needs to happen, because we don't have enough children. We need to have more children. We need to teach our children our history. We need to teach them our values. We need to teach them our traditions. And now here's the thing, right? People think that I'm just like, when I have children, I'm gonna put a gun to their temple and I'm like, you're gonna celebrate Christmas the Swedish way, bitch, or you're gonna fucking die. No, it's not gonna be like that. It's gonna be like, I'm gonna teach them, I'm gonna show them, I'm gonna explain to them, and if they then choose to ignore that kind of stuff, fine, that's all on them, right? They're still adult people, right? I mean, we can look around us right now, and we can see that educational systems all across Europe are trying to basically blackwash history. I just read a news article not too long ago where they're like, oh, did you know that the actual British people were Africans and they were black? Because white people are evil and white people are the devil? Like, what kind of fucking bullshit is this? Also, these guys fucking throw fireballs and shit. Fucking assholes. I mean, I think, yeah, you were a history teacher. Imagine 50 years from now, they say that Carolus Rex, or Karl the 12th, he was a black man. How the fuck would that, you know, what would happen then? Imagine if they said that the proud Swedish soldiers that were Caroleans, imagine they said they were like, oh, they were actually Arabs. And we were saved and enriched by the Arab world. We have goddamn politicians in Sweden believing that Sweden has no culture, that Sweden has no history, that Sweden is barbaric, and that we are enriched by all the fucking cunts that come here. But we know the truth, don't we, guys? We fucking know what it's all about. I have to kill a lot. Oh shit, that guy just died, man. He just got wrecked. He just got shat on. Bismarck was a black man. We was Germans and shit. Yep, pretty much. Remember that Viking dress that said Allah on it? Yeah, that was bullshit. Remember that fucking, like, supposed warrior Viking queen lady lord person? That's bullshit, by the way. That's pushing a narrative. Even if the skeleton is female, that doesn't mean she automatically was a warrior king or a Viking king. They're just pushing an agenda with fucking every goddamn thing. Yeah, I'm noticing it as well, Lady Justice, but you'll just have to keep your eye out and deal with it. Also, incidentally, this is what makes, you know, this is when World of Warcraft starts getting a little bit difficult. Because I don't hit very well, and I get a lot of damage coming in. Fuck, he parried. What a cunt. Let me tell you something, Edvard. They are lying about a lot of things. Not just history, but, you know. Woohoo! We leveled, but I don't want to keep going further into the cave because I think that I'm gonna die. So we're gonna sneak to the outside of the cave. You know, there's this one. Now, I don't want to get too into this tinfoil hat conspiracy shit, but there's a book in Finland that is aimed at migrants, and it teaches them how to get a white Finnish girl. And this book was written by a Jewish author. Now, why is that such a heavy thing? Why is that such a focus? And also, why just a Finnish girl? Why not a Finnish partner? Well, that's because obviously the immigrants that come here are not girls and women usually. Usually they're men, and usually they're in their late teens or in their 20s. Yes, seriously. You can Google it, obviously, but it is fucking true, and it's fucking disgusting. We're gonna go back to the trainer first. That is real. That is legit. And that's what's happening all over the world. In every single Western country, they're trying to exterminate us if you will. And they're trying to replace us and thin us out. And that's the problem, right? People don't think it's a serious enough threat, but they will. They will see a serious enough threat when there's none of us left. Or when there's just a few of us left. But when there are just a few of us left, right? When there are just a few of us left, that's not enough. We don't have the power or the strength to endure when there's just a few thousand or a few 100,000 of us left. To be honest, Wolf, there were female warriors, but not... Yeah, no. There were female warriors. That's fucking true. I'm not saying there wasn't. But if you think that there were like female warrior king queens that ruled entire kingdoms, you're wrong.
Go forth.
Also, hello there, Mildredda. Welcome to the stream. It's good to see you here. I'm just playing some vanilla, relaxing, chillaxing, all cool. Playing some b-ball outside of the school. Hope you're all having a good day. Hope you're, well, I mean, not just Mildred, but I hope you're all having a good day. So yeah, there's a lot of shit going down. That's just, yeah. The writing's on the wall, but nobody wants to see it. And sometimes you get a little bit agitated at it, but you can't stop. You can never stop. The fight never stops. All right, like the war never ends, if you will. And you just gotta keep fighting, and you gotta keep reminding people, and you gotta keep talking to people, and keep making videos, and hope that it spreads little by little, and, you know, reach out to a bigger audience and stuff like that, and it all goes on. So, yeah. Ay, ay, ay. The Crusaders were Arabs. Now that would be fucking hilarious. If someone comes with that claim, I will laugh my ass off. But who knows? I mean, I'll probably live for like another 60, 70 years or something, so... Whew, you never know what you're gonna see.
It's too far away.
Damn it, too far away. Alright, there we go. Oh my god. Okay, well, I don't know. I've talked about, you know, culture and race and all that kind of shit now for a long time. But yeah, I just urge people to look into this and just explore it on their own. The videos I make are just like little tidbits, little pieces of information and stuff like that scattered around. My latest video, you know, I wouldn't say it even was that extreme, but it definitely was quite serious. Your latest video was legit scary. Yeah, I agree with that. And here's the thing that people don't understand with my latest video, right? It was, I had like collected like maybe 30 pictures, or 30, you know, 30 things. I had also more videos, you know, more videos of people claiming things like we should kill all white people, we should murder the white women so that they can't have white babies, you know, all that kind of shit. I had videos of people saying that. I had videos of people saying that we should kill all white people. And I think I had like 3 or 4 videos of that. It's pretty fucking, pretty scary. The media's not talking about it because it's not the right kind of hatred. Now, in Sweden, I think if you are Swedish, you've probably heard of this, but there's something called the fina hatet, or the goda hatet, which basically means, you know, the good hatred, or the fine hatred, or the kind hatred, or the right hatred. And that's what we're dealing with. That's what we're fucking dealing with. Because it's good to hate white people. You want to hate white people. You want white people to die. You want them to lose their livelihood. You want them to, you know, extinguish from the face of the earth. That's the end goal.
Out of range.
Now, I don't know how many of you guys know what's going on in South Africa, but that shit's scary as fuck, man. Do you know what they do in South Africa? Ever since, you know, apartheid was quote-unquote dissolved and, you know, white people were removed from power, they've basically been killing white farmers. The Boer, which were, you know, the descendants of colonists from long ago, they've been killing them en masse. I think it's up to over 100,000 white killings now. And they usually just don't kill them. They basically... They break into your home when you're sitting at home. Oh, sorry. When you're sitting at home with your family, they break into your home, and then what they do is that they rape your wife, they rape your daughters, they rape your grandmothers, and they make you watch. And then when they're done raping them, they cut them open from like their genitals to their throat, and you have to watch them bleed to death, and then they kill you as well. And sometimes they rape you as well. This is speaking out of the context of you're a man, of course. If you're a woman, it's probably way worse. But this is what's happening in South Africa. And it's happening on like a massive scale. It's not even funny. I mean, it's not even funny in the absurd way. But that's what happens in South Africa.
Smell isn't ready yet.
It's fucking disgusting. And it happens on it's happened on such a, like, regular occurrence that it's not just a fluke. It's not just like a, oh, you know, there's always going to be assholes. No, this is a thing that they do because that's what they want to do. That is what they're being told to do. We also have things in South Africa. This shit, fuck off, go away. This also kind of happens in the rest of the Western world, but especially in South Africa. White people, they're being thrown out of their homes. White people are being removed from their own housing and their own houses to make room for black people. And then white people have to live on the street or in shacks or in trailers, things like that. And it happens, you know, especially in South Africa, but of course it happens in the rest of the world as well. I'm sure any Scandinavian person in the chat right now can testify that people have been thrown out of their homes and stuff, or been refused new homes because immigrants have to live there. We have to make room for all the immigrants we're taking in, and there's not enough room, so we kick out the Swedish people and make them live with their mothers until they're like 30 years old, and then, you know, maybe they can find a place if they got enough money. So yeah, it's pretty fucking shit. Okay, bring the burning blade medallion to... So I need to go into the den, and then I need to get that. Okay, so that's fine. But yeah, there's a lot of shit going on. It's fucking horrible.
What do you need?
And the thing is, for a while, I was making videos about basically all the major news. Well, I wouldn't say major news, but you know, a lot of the news that came out of Sweden, I was making videos about. You know, when someone raped someone, when someone murdered someone, I'd make videos about it, and you know, I would try and push, you know, those videos out so people could see them. And I'm not saying that I wanted anyone to just look at my videos and be like, yes, this is the ultimate reality, you know, I am a sheep and a slave. No, I just wanted you to see my videos and be like, holy shit, maybe this is something I need to look into. Because once you start looking into it, there you go. You know, you find a lot of bad shit hidden underneath the carpet, just swooped under there. It's real fucking scary. We're gonna slap some peons. But yeah. I've gotten into like a huge tangent.
Something you're doing?
Well, a lot of us are ashamed to be white, and they want you to be ashamed of being white as well. And we haven't done any more fucking evil shit than anyone else. You know, there's this fucking common misconception going around saying that, oh, white people had slaves. And it's like, well, yeah, but so did every other motherfucker on the planet back then. Like, do you think that the first people that whites enslaved were other white people or black people? There were fucking white people. There's been more white slaves by white people than there's been black slaves by white people. Like, take the majority of Europe, for example. We didn't fucking, like, for a long time, we didn't have any cross, you know, connection with black people. So we had white slaves. Vikings had slaves. Or trälar, as it would be called in Sweden, or in Swedish.
What do you want?
But for some reason, only the white people have to be responsible today for shit they did 100+ years ago.
Busy. Leave me alone.
To get closer.
You know, fucking, there's black people out there that are like asking for proper reparations today for shit that happened to their potential ancestors over 100 fucking years ago. And it's like, well, I didn't own any slaves, and you didn't pick any fucking cotton, so shut the fuck up, you dumb bitch. That's how it fucking works. You get no paybacks. Reparations are a lie. They don't exist. Fuck them. Man, I'm going hard on this bitch. Jesus. God damn it.
This spell isn't ready yet.
It was the exact same place in Africa.
Cast
One of the strongest African nations was the Zulu. And they were infamous for taking slaves and raping and conquering their neighbors. Guess what? They were all fucking black. Their victims were black, the perpetrators were black. It was fucking Africa. What do you expect?
That's still recharging. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet.
I'm gonna see if I can even make it this far. Well, we'll see. Ah, fuck. Shit. Whew. Wolf Cave. You know I'm half Russian, half Bosnian. And if they want to try and make me hate myself, then they can fuck off because they have Russian heritage. I don't think that changes anything. I mean, they're still... Like... Here's the thing, right? Where do you think they'll go once they're done with, like, Western Europe and the Western world? Do you think it's gonna end there? Of course not. After that, they're gonna go after the Slavs. You know, after the Eastern Europeans. Hungarians, Bulgarians, Ukrainians. They're all next. Russians, they're all next.
I don't have a target.
It doesn't end until we make it end. God damn it.
That spell isn't ready yet.
That Rose doing the same quest, I think. Let's see if we can team up with that rogue. teamed up with that rogue. Now we joined the party, so we're gonna go do this quest together. It's gonna be great. Hopefully we can actually do it then. You'll go hide out in Asia? Alright, sure, good luck with that, mate. Oh my god, what the fuck? What the fuck happened?
Can't cast that yet.
Oh, for fuck's sake. This guy's a retard, alright. Hey, welcome to the stream, Emily. This, yeah.
Target.
Jesus Christ, that guy's a fucking asshole. Luckily, health regen's pretty quick. Pretty quick. So, I think the biggest problem is Marxism in the media, politics, and universities. I agree. That is definitely one of the biggest problems that we face. Oh, for fuck's sake! This rogue is so fucking bad! Holy shit. This rogue is the dumbest motherfucker ever. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just getting a bit upset here in the upsetty in the spaghetti, as the saying goes. Oh fuck. Okay, that's good. That's fine. I'm not. Ooh, that was a nice hit. Hey, they dinged. Oh, I can't speak, I'm too low level. That's not a vanilla thing, by the way, that's a private server thing, because they want to stop gold spammers and gold sellers. But, yeah. I leveled up. Woo. Do a dance. No, I'm not. Oh, fuck me. I'm not gonna do a fucking dance. Emily here is someone that I will hopefully be playing World of Warcraft Classic with when it is released in the future. Just a little fun fact for you all. Some of you know that Emily is my beloved girlfriend. Some of you don't. No, full dagger. Goddamn. We're gonna kill this guy. We're gonna loot his burning medallion. Did this person get the medallion? I don't know if they did. Anyway, this guy spawns out here, but yeah, I think they're gonna sneak back. Me, I'm just gonna Hearthstone back. I guess I can't speak, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. Anyone that is a World of Warcraft fan should definitely keep their eyes peeled for World of Warcraft Classic, as I said. Yeah. Well, the best cure is to have another drink because it makes you drunk again. Oh fuck, I've got this quest. We're gonna skip this quest, I think. Yeah. Drink the water from a jar of smörgås. That's a good one. We're going with that. We're also going to get one potion of healing. Now we're going to Sinjin Village. I'm losing my voice a little bit. Sorry about that, guys. I've been talking a lot, like so fucking so much. Oh my god. Pizza and vanilla feels like I'm 12 years old again. Nice, nice. Like that's the guy in the general chat, but yeah. So what we're gonna do now is we're actually gonna forget about the pick quest. We're gonna abandon that. We're gonna go to Senjin Village. Choop choop. We're moving on, boys. Fucking YouTube on your phone sucks, man. Yeah, the juice of like pickled pickle. That's what Edvard is suggesting. Never tried it. Don't know if it works or not. It could work. I'm not saying it's impossible or anything. Also, I've not done like a... obviously, I haven't played hardcore or anything. But I've played for 1 hour, pretty much. And I've reached level 5. In 1 hour, in retail vanilla, I would be a... Retail vanilla? Retail World of Warcraft, the current iteration of World of Warcraft. I would be at least level 10 by now. So yeah, there's that to consider.
Speak, friend. For the Horde.
For the Horde! I don't know what I'm gonna play on the actual... what would you call it? On the actual retail vanilla servers. The World of Warcraft Classic, as it's called. I don't know what I'm gonna play there. I'll probably play Alliance, but I don't know what race. And I don't exactly know what class. I don't have a lot of cans or anything. I'm not an alcoholic. What are you talking about? Calm down. It's okay. It's all good.
What you want?
Report to Sinjin Village. Do that quest. And here we get like a bunch of fucking quests that we're gonna do. Got more quests. Bring 4 intact Matura eyes and 8 vials to all the mutants.
What you want?
Bring 4 Durtar Tiger Furs to Velrin Fang. You get a lot of quests in this hub area. So okay, so this is the map. Obviously, World of Warcraft is quite big. This is the game map when it launched, right? Fucking incredible, right? But this is the current zone map. We are in Durtar, which is, if you follow this river, it's everything on the right here, basically. So like this is all Durtar that you can see me circling very poorly with my mouse. This is all Durtar. We started in here, in the Valley of the Trials. The den was that cave that we were in. And this cave up here was the cave we were also in, killing those little blue demons and shit. And then now we've walked out of there and we are in Sinjin Village, which is the second questing area, or the questing hub, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, for the trolls and the orcs, mainly. Now, I'm gonna go get myself another drink, so I'm gonna leave you guys with some dancing, and you're gonna look at that for a second and see how beautiful that is. That is truly amazing work. I'll be back in just 1 second, my good dudes. And also, before we go, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn up the music volume. I'll just be gone for like a second. I hope you all enjoy. Love you all very much. I'll be right back. Just 1 second, guys. And I am back, my dudes. What is this? What is this in chat I'm hearing? What is this? What is this? Plot to overthrow the reign of Wolf? You can't. Also, why the fuck doesn't the music loop? Shouldn't the music loop? Loop music, there we go. Maybe now something happens, I don't know. I wanted to leave you with some music, but I guess that fucked up. So, it's past 3 o'clock. That means it's drinking time. Okay, so obviously this is a large questing area. You get a lot of quests here. You go onto these islands out in the water. You kill some tigers. You kill some trolls that are bad. Bad evil trolls. Bad mojo. Bad juju. You kill a bunch of fucking shit over here. You kill some centaurs, which is the horse people. But what I want to do is... you can go through this... I'm going to go through this area. What we're going to do... My dear friends, my dear beloved viewers and fans and community members and subscribers, we are going to go to the old Orgrimmar. Now, for those that don't know, though, maybe there's a few of you that don't play WoW, I know there is. Orgrimmar is one of the capital cities for the Horde. It's the capital city for the orcs and the trolls. It is a huge, massive city, and it looks extremely different. It looks very different compared now to how it does in retail, the current version. So we're gonna go there and we're gonna check it out, and I hope that you will enjoy. What a fucking... What a... spilled on my t-shirt. God damn it. The only drinking problem I've got is when I spill. Alright, so as I said, we're gonna go to Orgrimmar. You're gonna see vanilla Orgrimmar. It looks very different compared to what it does now. After that, I figured we'd take a look at some of the other races and some of the other zones, and after that, we're probably gonna take it we're probably gonna take a chill pill, but you know. Spilled beer, very shameful. I agree. I'm very sorry, my friend, but you know it does happen. Accidents happen sometimes. Do a joke? Do you want me to say a joke? I don't know. I don't really know many jokes. The Swedish government. Aha! Now that's a good joke because it's, you know. No, it was a horrible joke. I'm not very good with jokes. I mean, I like to make people laugh. I like to entertain, but fuck me, man. Just these standard bog jokes, they're pretty shit. Oh, god damn it. I forgot something. Fuck me in the butthole. Okay, we'll deal with that in a minute, I think. Getting some questions here. We're just gonna keep moving on. The left is a joke that is damn true. You guys will have to excuse me here for a second. I'm gonna have to check on something real quick. If you're wondering why the... Wait, can we change that as well? No, we can't. That's a bit of a shame. Maybe that's a later thing. But it doesn't matter. We're just running right now, so not a lot of shit is happening. Justin Mackey, sweet tits of geisha girls. What is this? This is World of Warcraft, my dude. This is vanilla World of Warcraft. I'm playing on an extremely illegal server, so don't tell Blizzard. Shh. But welcome to the stream, Justin Mackey. It's good to see you here, dude. I am very much happy that you're here. Illegal! You know I don't talk like that. Why the fuck do you gotta make fun of me, Emily? God damn it. Where the fuck do I get a... So we are approaching Orgrimmar as it was back when. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. I'm just fiddling and fixing a little thing. There we go, there we go. Browser source. Wait, what? I'm pretty good, thank you, Justin. It's good to see you here. I've already said that, but you know, whatever, I can say it again, bitch. Yeah, we actually have one. Hold on, guys, I'm just fiddling about with some shit here. Okay, there we go. I think. Okay, we're gonna test this. This is the test. Okay, I think it works. Because obviously I've done some changes recently, so I have to test this out to see if it works. Okay, it works. There is no one named John. This is just a test. Fuck John. He's not real. Well, I mean, you know, whatever. To be honest, I would love to play... No, that was a fake test donation, okay? There's no John. But yeah. I've changed now. I've changed my donation settings and everything, so people can donate with their credit cards or their bank cards, as well as PayPal. So you can choose what you want to donate with. So maybe that's a little bit easier for people. But, yeah. Alright. Ooh, that music! That music that sets in. So we're entering through the gates of Orgrimmar right now. And this, my friends, you're gonna see the most important thing, probably, in vanilla for Horde players. Like, this was the jam. We are entering the Orc City of Orgrimmar! Sorry, maybe that was a little bit too hyped, but holy shit. This is a hell of a city, man. And all these buildings that you can see here, you can enter them. And there's like a quest, or there's a vendor, or there's something in them, at least. Like, what is this? General goods and trade supplies? Got some random garbage here. Fuck you, bitch. I don't give a shit. You've got the Horde Embassy here, which I believe is for guilds and stuff. Yep. And you can see a lot of players here now as well. All these guys with blue names over them, these are actual players running around. This is vanilla Orgrimmar, boys. This, if you played vanilla, or if you played TBC, or if you even played Wrath of the Lich King, you probably saw this city quite a few times. Quite an amazing feat. This brings me back, dude. This brings me back. And all these players are, you know, doing shit. Over here you have the auction house, which is where players can sell items and other players can bid and buy them. I can showcase it real quickly to show how it works. It looks different from the way it looks now, and it works different as well. But say I have this refreshing spring water. I can place it. I can make an auction like this, right? And I select the starting price, and I select the buyout price, which is optional. So if I say 1 gold here, boom. Now if someone wants to buy this, they can buy it for 1 gold straight away, or they can bid on it, and other people can also bid on it, and the highest bid always takes precedence, obviously. Now if you want to look here, I can search on whatever I want. You've got different categories, but I can just search on weapons. Obviously most of these weapons I can't use, either because I don't have the skill or because I don't have the level required to use them. But you can look through a lot of these weapons, and if you control click on them, they will show up as they would look on your character. So we've got a mace called the Pacifier, pretty apt named. We got some daggers, Hammer of the Northern Wind, which is an epic, pretty good. We got the ooh! Look at the name of that sword! Does that remind you of anyone from perhaps a more recent Blizzard game? I don't know, say maybe you've played Overwatch and this item reminds you of someone? I don't know, maybe not. Oh, sorry about that. Is there still a strip bar in Orgrimmar? No. I don't think so. What kind of... what? No. This was PG-13 when it came out. God damn it, there's no strip bars. I recommend you get a Jew for bartering. Yeah. If only I had one at hand, you know. But sadly I don't. But I know that if Emily, I don't know if Emily's still around, but if Emily were to look at this item, yeah. Emily is a huge fan of Overwatch. We usually play some together, but you know. But yeah, this sword is called Hanzo's sword. So that's pretty cool. You got Demon Slayer, which is like a huge fucking sword with a skull on the handle and shit. Twig of the World Tree, which is a hammer, hammers, etc. And then you can bid and buy stuff like that. If you knew how to play the auction house, this is still true today, but if you knew how to play the auction house back then, you could make a fortune. You could become very wealthy and very rich. Now I just want to take you through Orgrimmar real quick. This is the old map of Orgrimmar. Take a fucking picture, it'll last longer, but then again you might not need to because, you know, World of Warcraft Classic, whatever. I shouldn't be reminded of a game that's vastly inferior to WoW. Are you talking about Overwatch? Because in that case, I agree with you. But shh, don't tell my fucking girlfriend, she'll go mental. Yeah. So this is the old World of Warcraft. This is World of Warcraft Vanilla. This is how the drag looked like, which I assume was called so because of the incessant drag with the air and the wind. I don't know. Fucking don't ask me. They named shit some very weird and specific names back then. But yeah, and if you went down here, oh fuck me, fuck, why am I walking? Clicking all the wrong buttons. If you walk down here into the cleft, I believe it's called, the Cleft of Shadow. This is where all the fucking warlocks hang out. This is also, inconsequentially even, the entrance to the first and the lowest level dungeon in the game, Ragefire Chasm. So you would enter here, and you would, you know, go through an entire dungeon filled with elite enemies and bosses and stuff that would reward you with good loot, and also had some quests tied to it. But this is all, you know, vanilla World of Warcraft stuff, so I'm very glad that I can show this to you, and perhaps even, you know, get you a basic understanding for when vanilla World of Warcraft Classic servers thing comes out by Blizzard. So here you go, Warlock Trainers. You've got some region masters, region vendors, sorry, and you know, other stuff like that. We're gonna hoof it off. We're gonna hoof it out of here. Hattori Hanzo was a ninja. I'm sure he was. I don't know. But what I was referring to was that there's a character in another Blizzard game called Hanzo. This beer. This beer tastes good. Me like beer. You got more I think these are actually part of a quest later on. But you've got more region vendors and more profession vendors. Professions is something that I've not actually talked about, which I can talk about now that I'm here. There's several different professions that usually fall into two different categories. Crafting professions and gathering professions. And I believe we can actually showcase one of them here. So this is enchanting, and enchanting is what it sounds like. You enchant weapons and gear with certain abilities. Now, if I wanna even start enchanting, I've got to buy the apprentice enchanting skill, which you buy here. And then you slowly work yourself up, and the more your enchanting increases in the numbers within the brackets, the better enchantments you can learn. And I don't know why they all went green. They're not green actually. That's weird. They're meant to stay red. Anyway, you get things like this: permanently enhance melee weapons to do 2 additional points of damage, and things like that. And you increase your skill in a profession by doing that that profession. So, say my profession is mining. The more I mine, the higher my mining skill, and the better ore I can mine. It's pretty good. Also, beer is for degenerates? I disagree completely. And if you really think that, we're gonna have a serious issue, man. I like the taste of beer. I like the effect it has on me. And yeah, I'm just a lover of beer. I'm not saying you should drink any fucking piss swill, but decent beer is fucking good. Now, of course, we are going to visit an old-timer, a legend, a person that most gamers know of, even if they haven't played. Fucking Thrall, the green Jesus of World of Warcraft, the war chief, the big boss himself.
Welcome to Orgrimmar.
Welcome to Orgrimmar.
Lord. Loktar, friend.
You can actually talk to him, And this is what he looked like back in the day.
Welcome to Orgrimmar.
And he's got Doomhammer in his hand. That's meant to be Doomhammer. His weapon of choice. He's surrounded by elite guards, the Corporal Elite. And he's also got a bunch of emissaries and shit like that with him. There's also several quests connected to this area. You got Vol'jin here, who's the leader of the trolls, leader of the Dark Spear, and a close friend of Thrall. The fates smile upon us this day, bigger. They sure do, my friend. But yeah, I just wanted to show you that because that's a little bit of a throwback. A lot of people don't really know what he looks like, but Vulcan could take him on easy. Oh yeah, you mean isn't he the leader of the fucking Salamanders chapter? And have to excuse me, you caught me a bit off guard there, Justin Machi. But I'm just gonna take you a little bit quickly through the Valley of Honor. Then we're gonna jump on to another character, and then we're gonna call it quits for today. Sorry, guys. I've got to go to work in a bit, and stuff like that. But we got a little bit ways to go before we go. Anyway, check out all the links in the description below, and of course, check out my main channel, Swedish Wolf. Stuff like that. If you're one of those people that just watch here and not watch Swedish Wolf, you can just, pop on over. Check out that channel. Make sure that you subscribe. I stream every weekend, at least I try to. Fridays or Saturdays. I want to change the fucking... There you go. Now you can change the camera. Huh? See, here's a hunter with their pet. So this hunter, who's level 20, has tamed this fucking white albino lion. And they are now companions in their quest in World of Warcraft. Yeah, I think a heavy bolter would kill Thrall quite quickly. Fuck, we went the wrong way. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. God damn it. I don't trust people who don't name their pets in WoW. I agree. Here's the thing, though. I've mentioned this before, but it's worth mentioning again, I think. Back in Vanilla and TBC, you had to actually take care of your pet, and you had to actually work with it, and you had to level with your pet. Like, your pet had an individual, separate level compared to you. Oh, we got something. Let's see what we got, boys. I heard a ding. I heard a ding-ding with a thing. Justin donated 20 euros. Disgusting. I can't see what the fuck that says. Blasting my load in form of currency onto you, boy. Thank you very much, Justin. You're way too kind, man. Justin is a lovely young man. I love you, Justin. Don't tell my girlfriend I said that. Dick's out for Justin! I'm gonna whip my dick out right now. Here you go. That's a heavy-weighty dick. So the Valley of Honor is like the kind of PvP area of Orgrimmar. We've got Hall of the Brave, which is guarded by some random hero. And here you got a bunch of PvP stuff. Or some goals, Battlemaster, some quests for the dungeons or the battlegrounds. I mean, battlegrounds are PvP instances, like PvE dungeons, but for PvP. For example, and I mean, they had a lot of weird shit in Vanilla and TBC, but for example, in Vanilla, you had Alterac Valley, which was 40 versus 40. So 40 alliance would face off against 40 horde, and they would fight to the death, which is pretty fucking insane. Jesus, Emily, that's... Stop, you're being naughty, Emily. And it was insane back then. Fucking AV40 was insane. Aldrak Valley 40 man was insane. Now, up here, I think you've got the Ring of Blood, or the Ring of Honor, or something like that it's called. Yeah, the Ring of Valor. This would become a arena, which was something introduced in the Burning Crusade, which was the first expansion. This is where players would fight. So, in 2 versus 2s, 3v3s, and 5 versus 5s, players would meet. It doesn't look like this in the actual arena, which is kind of stupid. This is also an area where you would see Thrall face off against Garrosh, I believe, which is a later YouTube thing. Anyway, so yeah. That is all that I wanted to show you with Orgrimmar. This is obviously a huge nostalgia boost for a lot of people. Some people don't give a fuck. If you don't give a fuck, that's fine. But, yeah. That's kind of what I wanted to show you. Now, there's one last thing I want to show you. And, sorry, that was not what I wanted to show you. I want to show you, and this is a hunter, and he's got a staff in his offhand. It's weird. Vanilla was weird. And here's a fun fact. Me and Emily, we've actually played on private servers together, and we've had a ton of fun, I think. At least I have had. Alright, so this is Ironforge, which is the dwarven capital for the, you know, on the Alliance side. And this was also the most common capital in Vanilla, because it had more merchants, more trainers, more quests, more, just everything was just better in Ironforge. And if you look on this map, you can see that it's quite huge with different wards. And then in the middle, you've got the Great Forge, which we're gonna pass through because we're gonna head over to Tinkertown, and we're gonna head into the Deep Run Trap. Hey Wolf, glad to finally catch one of your streams again. Home with the flu is the reason I caught your stream, enjoying the tour. Oh, thank you very much, Magnus. And also, welcome back, dude. I haven't seen you for a very long time. It's good to see you here, my friend. Magnus the Red. Well, I don't know if he's red. But this is the Great Forge. It looks fucking incredible. Seeing this the first time back in 2005 or 2006, whenever I saw it the first time. It's incredible. Here you've got elite smithing trainers. You've got weapon smithing. You've got armor smithing. You've got regular general smithing. You've got quests tied to this area. You got some insane things going on over here. Do I have a pet on this character? I might. No, I do not have a pet. That's a bit of a shame. Anyway, this is the Hall of the Explorers, which is their record keeping and all that stuff. But we're going into the Gnome Ward, which is Tinkertown. And yeah, we're gonna take a little peek around. Also, the music here is very, I don't know, very unique for World of Warcraft. I'm gonna up the music a little bit. And here you also got the leader of the gnomes, High Tinker Mechatork, King of Gnomes.
I just love to tinker.
I just love to tinker.
Necessity is the first cousin of invention.
Anyway, this is pretty amazing. Now, here's the thing. You've got the deep run tram, which is what it sounds like. It's a deep run tram. And you enter a portal here, actually, and you get teleported. So, I think they made it this way to actually separate the instances, but it doesn't really matter. So, this is basically like a train station or a subway station in World of Warcraft. So, take that for what you will. You can sit down, you can have a little rest, you can wait for the train. There's also a quest here, actually. It's a minor quest, but you can take it all the same if you want. I think it involves catching some of these rats and shit like that. But other than that, you just wait for the tram to come, and it will come on one of the either sides. And then you get on it, and we're gonna, you know, I'm gonna talk to you about what happens next. You won't believe what happens next. But, yeah, boy. This could take a couple of minutes. I mean, it it already has taken a couple of minutes. But back in the day, you just had to wait for the tram to arrive. This was still the superior way, because we're gonna travel quite the far distance. We're gonna travel... I can actually open up my map. Now, we are obviously up here in Ironforge, so we're in here, and we're gonna be traveling all the way down into Stormwind City. And here is the tram. We don't want to miss it, so we get on one of the carts, and we stand like this, and we just wait. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? No, Justin, you little bitch. We're not there yet. More like World of Warcraft? Well, I disagree with that. Yeah, sure, I'll do that then. Look at that dwarven dance, boys! Whoop! It's an incredible dwarven dance. Look at the moves. Wolf is drinking before work? You're goddamn right. I've only got like a few hours of work tonight, but I won't be home until very late, so... You know, it's, I couldn't stream tonight because the stream would basically start at midnight. Around there, so... And that's obviously not worth it. But, yeah. Hup, 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 hup. Look at those gluteus maximus. Ugh. Anyway, we're here. You could also run that entire way. If you wanted to, you could run the entire way, but it would take you like 20 minutes. And that's just not fucking worth it. Work that ass. That ass, boy, that ass. Work that ass. Alright, so we're about to enter one of the most nostalgic places in World of Warcraft for basically every single player there is. Now this capital, Stormwind City, is extremely well known, it's extremely famous. And this capital looked the same for 3 entire expansions. This was changed drastically in the Cataclysm expansion. However, in Vanilla, in the Burning Crusade, in Wrath of the Lich King, this was exactly the same. So right now we are over here in the Dwarven district, and this is, as you would expect, a kind of crafting district. It's got a lot of dwarves, it's got a lot of building going on, it's got a lot of blacksmithing. You would find quests here for blacksmithing as well. I remember doing them in Vanilla. A lot of shit. Now, if you want to compare, like, here's the thing, right? A lot of people compare modern retail World of Warcraft with you know, Vanilla, and they're like, current is much better because it's so much quicker and easier, and there's all these quality of life changes. I personally don't really agree with that. Now, here's the thing, right? The aspect of a community, of making friends, of making, of meeting people that you will stick through for an countless amount of hours, that all matters a lot to me, and that's more prevalent in the earlier expansions of World of Warcraft. You also have things that are much more unique. I mentioned previously in this very video, in this very stream, I mentioned previously, right? You could only, there's NPCs you could only talk to if you were dead. That is fucking unique, and that is fucking crazy. There's these insanely long quest lines with really good rewards at the end, which is really fucking good and really fucking, it feels really rewarding. And I'm cursing a lot, I'm sorry about that, but it feels really rewarding, it feels really good to do them. You had to actually put in the effort to be the best, or to be among the best. If you wanted to raid in Vanilla, you better fucking work your ass off, alright? You better work that fucking hiney off, and you have to get attuned to the raids, which means you have to do a quest line and stuff like that. Which was, you know, back then it was just standard, because only the best could raid, because the raiding was the very end of the top tier endgame content. And back then, you were weak. Your character started very weak. Before you got the right gear, before you got the right skill, before you got the right abilities, your character was incredibly weak, which made encounters difficult. And the better you got, the easier the encounters got. However, of course, the encounters, like the bosses you fought, were harder. Now, this is the old trade district. This looks extremely different in today's version of World of Warcraft as well. In the modern World of Warcraft, you got like a huge stone building here, and your entrance to the auction house is here. But in Vanilla, the entrance is over here, and you enter this little area here, and you get to the auction house. So you got auctioneers here, stuff like that. But yeah, a lot has changed with World of Warcraft. I wouldn't say that all of them are bad, but you know, there's different games, and different games appeal to different audiences and different play bases. Now, me personally, if I wanted to be the very best, I would have no problem with putting in a lot of the work to be the very best. Now, I'm not saying you don't need to put in any work today in modern World of Warcraft, because obviously you do, but it's just different. Fundamentally, it's different. Everything worked differently. You've got different specs here that you can see that were very different back then. It's just not the same. It's very unique. It's very different. And me personally, I prefer, well, the best incarnation of World of Warcraft is probably TBC for me. That's probably the version I like the best. The Burning Crusade, which is the first expansion, the one that came after Vanilla, the first expansion, as I said. But a lot of people prefer, you know, the older days of World of Warcraft. And there is no way to play those, you know, older days. Also, we're now over here in the Mage Quarter, which is like a very nature-y quarter. We're gonna go over to the park in a second here. I wanna be the very best. Anyway, so it's changed fundamentally. You see these class trees, these specializations trees, these are all gone. These are all gone. These are replaced. You see the spell book that is like, well, mine isn't filled with spells, but you know, you have like spells individually like this, and you have pages and pages and pages upon spells. That's all gone. How the fuck do I get to the park the easiest way? This one. Okay, fair enough. So the game has changed fundamentally. And hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of players want to experience the older version of World of Warcraft. If you take this, for example, in the Cataclysm, the Park District, which is right in front of me that I'm looking at here, this was all destroyed. This was all destroyed by Deathwing in the Cataclysm expansion, and then rebuilt in Mist of Pandaria, I believe. So Stormwind has changed drastically. The game has changed drastically. Some people like it, some people don't. You know, it's all fine, it's all good. If you like the new version of World of Warcraft, that's good for you. But the people that don't, I believe, have a right to play the game they actually purchased back when. Here's the thing, right? If I buy World of Warcraft, and if I only buy the Burning Crusade expansion, I won't only play the Burning Crusade. I will play all the changes they have made now. I will just not be allowed to access the extra content that are locked behind new expansions. So it's not really the same. Here's a Night Elven Moonwell. I can swim in it because I'm a dwarf. I'm very short. I'm very stout. Now the last thing, you know, here's all the Night Elves, by the way, the Druids and the you know, the hippies and shit. But we're gonna go to the Cathedral Square, and then that's gonna be the end of the stream, pretty much. So if anyone has anything else they want to say, if they have anything else they want to do, check out the links in the description below, and you know, make sure that you stay tuned on the Discord. Oh, Goldshire. Yeah, I can. Okay, we'll end it in Goldshire. I can go to Goldshire. And between these different districts and such, there's different shops. The Finest Thread, they do like tailoring and clothing stuff. Also, for everyone that played Wrath of the Lich King and after, this right here is what leads to the Stormwind docks, the Stormwind Harbor. There is none of that. There is no harbor in vanilla. There is no nothing. So you can't take a boat to Stormwind. You have to walk. As a Night Elf, now I want to put this into perspective. I want to talk about this just a little bit. We can run in the background, I think. But in you know, as a Night Elf, right? You would start over on this island here, Teldrassil, which, oh fuck, oh well, it doesn't matter. You would start over at the very top left in here. You would start in Teldrassil, over here in this little cove, right? This is where you would start. And to reach fucking Stormwind, you would have to get over here, take a boat that would lead you to Darkshore, and then from Darkshore, which is like over here somewhere, you would take another boat that would lead you all the way to, where is it? Here, to Menethil Harbor, which is located here. And then your boat would end here, and then you would have to run, and you would have to run this entire zone over this way until you got to Don Moreau, right? Which is this area, which is where you have Ironforge. So you would come out here, and then you would go, and then you would run, and then you would have to run again, and you would have to run to Ironforge. And once you got to Ironforge, as you saw earlier, you could take the tram to Stormwind. And that is the journey that you had to make as a Night Elf. It is pretty fucking crazy if that journey was made by many a Night Elf, including me. Yeah, it's pretty unrealistic, I have to agree with you, mate. But a lot has changed with this game in general. And a lot of memories are kept, a lot of adventures have been had. And, you know, me personally, I don't play current World of Warcraft. I'm unsubscribed. I'm not paying Blizzard a fucking penny. But if they release proper good classic vanilla legacy servers, or even TBC or Wrath of the Lich King servers, I will play on them. I will pay Blizzard money once more to play on them and to have the same experience that I had back then. I'm not saying everything will be the same, and obviously I know a lot of things, like all the quests I can do in my sleep because I've already done them. But, ooh, that's stronger music. Also, while we're here, I want to take a quick second here to appreciate these statues, which are each commemorated by a plaque. Ranger Captain Illyria Windrunner, which it would actually take up until fucking Legion to know. Ranger Captain Illyria Windrunner, renowned troll hunter of Quel'Thalas, lead scout and intelligence agent for the Alliance expedition that marched into the Orc homeworld of Draenor, presumed deceased. Your heart flew straight as any arrow upon the wind, sister. You were the brightest of our order, you were the most beloved of our kin. Sylvanas Windrunner, Ranger General of Quel'Thalas. And, you know, you've got fucking Archmage Khadgar, which is, you know, all these people are alive, but you don't know that. Well, not all of them, but some of them are alive. Danos Trollbane, he's alive. Curtin Wildheimer, I believe, is alive. Alive. Boom. Oh, this is amazing. I'm gonna sink my Bismarck in you. That's nice. Oh, this music as well, man. Just listen to this fucking beautiful... No, that was just a bandit. That's just a PvP bandit, not PvP PvE bandit. A little dude, if you will, a little monster. Oh shit. Sorry about that. Yeah. Anyway, we're approaching Goldshire or Goldshire, as some people would say, but I say Goldshire because it's an American game. But you know, here we are. So this was a very basic place. You would find a little smithy here. You would find an inn, a tavern here. There's a house over here, and there's some houses over there. But yeah, this was a very small place, and this was the first quest hub for humans that they got to. Many memories have been had here. A lot of good shit. I'm just in love with this zone. I'm in love with this music. I'm in love with the atmosphere, the rain, everything, man. There's just so much. There's so much love, you know. It's pretty crazy. And I'm not saying the new stuff is complete garbage, but yeah, this is fucking amazing. Anyway, I have to go get ready for work. I thank you all very much for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed this little nostalgia trip. We've talked about some politics and about some other stuff as well. We've had a good time. You know, if anyone's interested in playing World of Warcraft or in experiencing the classic World of Warcraft, then yeah, you know, here's the fun fact. I enjoyed it greatly. Thank you very much, Setsuna Konoe. Konoe? I don't know how to pronounce your name there, but whatever. Thank you very much, man. It's been good. It's been great. I've enjoyed it a lot. I can't wait for the official Legacy servers. Thank you for the stream. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope that you all enjoyed, as I said. I know that I enjoyed it. I love streaming. I love sharing with you guys. It actually looks like an interesting game if you can get used to it. I agree. It is a pretty good game. It is very interesting, especially if you get used to it, obviously. But yeah, that's all that I had for you guys. I hope that you enjoy your days. I hope that you check the links in the description below. And yeah, much love to you all. And as always, this has been Swedish Wolf, signing off.